Hey everybody, it's Amber again. I wanted to make a new video to share with you today because today is March 12th, 2019, which means that it's my 35th birthday. It's crazy to think about it, and I am so excited, more excited than I've ever been on any birthday to shout it from the rooftops. Cliche or not, I'm so grateful and so excited to even be alive to give this video. I'm so grateful that the Lord has allowed me another day, and I'm so excited. 3 months ago, on December 12th, so 3 months ago today, I had a cancerous tumor removed from my neck along with a bunch of lymph nodes, and many of you joined with me in praying for a healing miracle, and God granted it. So I may never know why. I feel very grateful for that, and I do not take it for granted. So it's been a while since you've heard from me on a video, like 11 weeks or something. I just looked it up. So I actually have a notebook with me today because there are 3 major things I want to share with you, and I don't want to leave anything out, and I want to be concise, and I have a tendency to ramble apparently. So here we go. We've got 3 reasons I've been quiet for a little while. 1, I've been healing. 2, they've been testing, and 3, I've been learning. So stick with me. I want to share a little bit about each of those 3 things and then give a little bit of an update at the end. So here we go. 1, I've been healing and totally unplugging. So I'm really grateful to share that after the surgery that I had, I've had a lot of great range of motion coming back to my shoulder and my arm, this whole nerve that they had to scrape through. My incision is looking really great. I don't know if you guys can tell on here, but it goes all the way back around to here, but it's flattening out really nice, and the scar tissue is really breaking down, which is great. I'm having a lot of feeling coming back. A lot of my numbness is going away. Still my ear and a lot of my scalp areas are still pretty numb or without feeling at all, but that's okay. It's such a great reminder to me that that God is still working on it, and that I have a story to share and a miracle to share about. So that's okay. But blessings in all of this. I can hold my kids again. I can, Millie, my little baby, who at the time all of this started was around 6.5 or 7 months old. She's now 10 months old, and I'm able to put her in a carrier and wear her around in the front and on the back, and it's not too much strain on my shoulder if I limit the time that I spend doing that. So that's such a huge blessing. I've been off of social media for a while. Just for a few reasons, but mostly because I want to be fully present with my family. And this cancer diagnosis really rocked our world in such an amazing and beautiful way that it was such a wake-up call and a reminder of where our priorities are set and what's going on there, what we want to make important. So all reasons I haven't really surfaced to the outside world in a while, outside of my close, tight-knit group of friends and family. So that's exciting. And then the second thing is they've been testing. So 12 weeks ago, the surgery that they did was really successful, but it opened a lot of questions because it, instead of answering things, it opened more questions. They weren't really sure what they were looking at, what they found. They thought maybe I had a melanoma on my ear that kind of caused some problems here, but then it came out negative as melanoma, and maybe it still was. Maybe my body took care of some of it, but not all of it, or all kinds of hypotheses were thrown out, and so that launched them into a whole bunch of testing. So they did about 4 rounds of dye testing and even had a third party check out some genetic testing, different things, trying to figure out what type of cancer I had, what stage of cancer it was, if it was, all of the above. So 10 weeks ago, so surgery was 12 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago, I declined their treatment recommendations, which at the time were a year of chemo treatments and 6 weeks of radiation. So I declined those because we really didn't know what we were dealing with yet, and I didn't have an official diagnosis. The side effects of everything that they were recommending were guaranteed to be awful and lifelong, but the cure was not guaranteed. And so we just wanted to hold off until we had some more answers. So, remember how we were all praying that the doctors and the experts would all be confused as to this whole thing, and it would be this medical mystery that would prove God's healing power? Well, we didn't think that prayer request through because it's working. 2 weeks ago, actually, I finally got an official diagnosis, which is cancer of unknown origin. So they still really don't know at all. They don't really know what it is, or where it came from, or if it's going anywhere, or if there's any left in my body. It's all kind of a mystery. And so here we go. We're still going with it. The third part of why I've been quiet is because I've been learning. So as you can imagine, all that waiting for like 12 weeks, all kinds of different treatment options being thrown around, it really gave me reason to question and to research and to figure out on my own, not just trust somebody to tell me what was best for me. I mean, these are pretty serious treatments that have lifelong effects. So I wanted to be sure about it, to be very certain. And so I kind of went on my intuition, gut / hunch / Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. But I knew there had to be some form of an explanation as to where some of that stemmed from, and there had to be another way. There just had to be another form of treatment. And so I was determined to find something. So all of that time that I had, thankfully, I was able to really basically plug myself into what I'll call the cancer matrix of learning and just soaking in as much information as I could in a very short amount of time. So the last 10 weeks, I've read like over 11 books. I've had more podcasts I've listened to than I can even count, more internet reading that I care to admit, and I just feel like I am full of so much knowledge and insight and encouragement. I went in really open-minded to all kinds of different methods of therapy and treatment and cause, because I mean, literally my survival and ability to thrive depended on it. And so I was willing to, on top of, momming 2 kids and being a wife and having other responsibilities and work and things like that, this became my #1 priority, to make sure that I'm around and enjoying all of my time with that. So I have had my eyes open to me, and I'll share pieces of that as I go through this journey, as you follow along with me. This is just my findings, and this is how it is. So contrary to popular belief, cancer is not necessarily genetic. It's not caused by your genes, nor is it just like the luck of the draw that you end up with it. That's what we've all been kind of taught over time, and it just seems like, oh no, not you too. But we all have microscopic cancer cells that lay dormant in our bodies, that when given the right combination of variables, they will thrive in that kind of environment if we give them the right things to thrive. And so it's probably different for everyone as to what the cause is and what the healing looks like for that. So all I know is that God gave me a miracle healing, and we still believe that fully. He used surgeons to help speed that process by taking out what needed to come out, and I'm going to honor that miracle by making a radical life change, that life change and change of my surroundings, just to make certain that I don't promote that cancer growth again. So I'm taking ownership and responsibility. I'm not blaming or regretful or anything. This is just so eye-opening and exciting now that I can move forward and knowing how to just live in a much more healthy, anti-cancer type of way, so that I can thrive and encourage others to do the same. So it turns out thousands of people around the world have reverse healed and completely cured their cancer with natural, alternative, and integrative methods and approaches. And so I do intend to look at all kinds of options for that, for healing, and for making sure I don't have any type of recurrence. Sorry guys, there we go. So using that whole body healing approach that promotes health and wellness and healing the whole time, that I'm going to feel good about myself, I'm going to be happy and feel well. So that includes a couple things: adjusting my environmental factors, including eliminating toxins from food and other products that I use, reducing exposure to cancer promoters of all kinds, cutting down stress, etc. And then the second part of that is attending to my mind, body, and spirit. So including nutrition, lifestyle, exercise, mindset, spiritual connection, social support, desire to live, vitamins and supplements, integrative therapies, forgiveness of others, and even just unpacking those buried emotions and other issues that maybe have laid dormant for longer than I've even been aware of. Until recently, I honestly had no idea the actual, scientifically proven power that our minds and thoughts have over our bodies, and the things that can manifest physically because of the signals and the enzymes and chemicals that our mind and thoughts have the power to create. We can create toxic things that cause physical issues in our bodies. And maybe you all already know all of this, but I did not know the seriousness of that. And also the strength of easily accessible whole foods from the earth, like lemons and carrots, spices, seeds, green tea, just to name a few. But we just have so many things at our disposal that are so much better for us. And I think I knew about a lot of this before, but it's just such a serious need for me now, and really for all of us. But there's just no other option for me now except for looking into these different things. So those are just like a high level bulleted list of a few things that I've been going for now. But with these changes, I honestly feel great. It was a hard right turn on diet and lifestyle and mindset and all these different things that I'd love to go into later on details of that. But I've also just been daily meditating and breathing in addition to regular spiritual habits, and I've been moving a lot more and exercising differently. I've been digging emotionally. I've been trimming and tweaking anything that has caused stress in my life. I've been redefining my present goals and my future dreams, and encouraging others and praying for them out of gratitude, and just deep gratitude is like the best word I can come up with. I've been celebrating small victories and giving myself more grace than I used to. I've been praising the Lord daily, but worshiping on Sundays looks so different for me. It's like this messy, unleashed joy and thankfulness that comes out every weekend that I have that opportunity. And I will not take this blessing of life for granted, and I have just renewed perspective on everything. I'm in the process of getting a second medical opinion as well, to see if we can pin down a diagnosis and a prognosis. That'll help give us a treatment direction to stand on, but it will also just really give God glory to what He's done. And I'm really excited about that aspect of it. I had a great first appointment last week with an oncologist who really wants to find the root of the problem and take some time being thorough before they offer any treatment recommendations. So they actually encouraged me and said, we're so glad that you declined the treatments before, because we don't want to treat you for the wrong thing that may have happened before. So we'll see how all that shakes out. But yeah, thank you so much for your continued prayers and support. I want to give you a little bit of direction on how you can keep praying with me and for me and my family as we move forward. Pray for my new pathologists on this kind of mystery case, they're calling it. Hopefully they have some fresh eyes, some fresh ideas on what they might be seeing or looking at, different questions to ask to see if we can figure any of this out. Pray for my self-control, because no, I was not a salad person before, and yes, I sometimes miss meat, milkshakes, mozzarella, and mojitos. All the M's and so many more, but I know it's good for me. And again, to honor that miracle, pray that I have such great self-control in that, and grace for myself when I just need a cookie every now and then, even if it's vegan, gluten-free, blah blah, whatever, healthy-ish. I am confident, but I am also human, and so I just want to remind everybody, like, managing this miracle, I might look like I have it all together on the outside, and in many ways I believe I do, but I know that this is the most challenging thing I've ever faced and hopefully ever will face. It's been mentally, emotionally, and spiritually just so challenging, but I know that my strength and stamina and focus in this season especially, and forever now moving forward, is just so important. So pray for me in that area. Pray for my whole family of 4. We're all feeling the effects of this new normal on every level. We're different now. We can't be the same. We're riding this whirlwind, churning, open, unknown water together, and we're learning how to navigate it as we go. We're choosing to view it as an adventure and not as a storm. So pray for us in that. Pray for the kids who are now almost 1 and 3 pretty soon here, which is crazy to me. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking with us. Thanks for, if you're still watching this like 16-minute video, thank you so much. It means the world to us. I hope this can encourage others, and honestly, I really do hope to be giving more updates as we go, now that I have a better handle on things, and just renewed excitement and joy and direction and confidence. So thank you all for sticking with us, and God bless you.